What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA channel. And this video is about an upcoming rising star, not just in Muay Thai, but I believe in mixed martial arts. And I just discovered her. Wish I would have known about her before, but she is a huge star in one championship. Actually, she was, I believe, the youngest ever Muay Thai champion. At the age of 17, she won the Muay Thai one championship belt. And I think she's successfully defended it as well. And she's in the 125-pound division, same division as Dakota Ditcheva. She is very, very exciting, very, very exceptional. And the most exciting thing is that she is looking to transition from Muay Thai to MMA. And not tomorrow, not today, yesterday. She actually had a bout scheduled in December for the fight promotion Tuff-N-Uff, the one that Justin used to commentate for and he's fought for as well. Amazing promotion, probably one of the best regional promotions or feeder promotions into the UFC that there is. It's on UFC Fight Pass. It's awesome. They do an amazing job. She was supposed to fight there. Something fell through. I don't know if she backed out or her opponent backed out. But anyways, this is very, very exciting for us MMA fans because she was the youngest champion at age 17. She's still only 21. So she's got a massive runway to do major damage if and when she eventually gets to the UFC. So I wanted to spread the word and share this fighter with you guys if you haven't heard of her, because she is somebody you should definitely keep your eye out for. If we can't get Dakota Ditcheva, we need to get Smilla Sundell for sure into the UFC, and hopefully within a couple of years. And the last thing I'm going to say before we get into the mix is you might be saying, okay, well, great. She's a Muay Thai fighter. Big deal. She's going to get smashed by wrestlers or people with decent grappling skills. But I don't believe that to be the case for a couple of reasons. Number one, she's super young. So I think she's got a lot of ways to go in terms of developing her full rounded MMA skill set. Number two, look at Dakota Ditcheva. Look at what she's doing. She started in the same path as a Muay Thai fighter. We have lots of fighters that began in Muay Thai. It's great because there is a clinch game in Muay Thai, but these skills obviously translate beautifully to mixed martial arts as long as she can round out that skill set, developing good takedown defense. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe she's even got the ability to get down and grapple and do some damage on the ground as well. So anyways, we're going to get into the mix. So who is Smilla the Hurricane? That's her nickname, Sundell. So she is from Sweden. She actually started training at the age of 12. We're going to get into all of that. There's a cool little documentary that I found that I'm going to play about 4 minutes for you guys as well to get to hear her speak in her own words. Oh, the other thing I'll say too is she's similar in the sense of like her range and her height and to some extent her style, except for she doesn't seem to have those same crazy devastating knees that Dakota Ditcheva has. But she is similar in some ways to Dakota Ditcheva. But anyways, so she started training at the age of 12. She's best known as I mentioned, the youngest one champion ever, etc. And then here are some of her stats, right? So she's only 21. She just turned 21. She is from Sweden. She stands at orthodox. She's 5'10". So this is another thing. She's very tall, like Dakota Ditcheva as well. So she's tall. She's got a lot of height. And that's something we're going to get to when we watch some of her fight footage. Like when you watch her rip the pads, her kicks are really, really good. Her roundhouses in particular. She uses her teeps a lot, kind of more to push away or to just kind of mix it up and attack the body, but not throwing super hard teeps, at least from what I've seen so far in the limited footage I've seen. And I haven't really seen her throw a ton of roundhouse kicks in fights as a major weapon. She really relies on her boxing, which is phenomenal. But when she hits the pads, man, like the way she leans into her kicks and turns over her leg and her hips and just smashes the pads, I feel like she's got a lot of power in those roundhouses. And again, correct me if I'm wrong if you're a deeper fan of Smilla and you do find that she actually does use her roundhouses more in her fights. I wonder whether maybe she does, or if she doesn't, why she doesn't, because she seems like she has absolutely phenomenal technique. But I guess we shall see as we learn more about her. Maybe it'll be something eventually that she weaves in more so into her game. Now, this is a very interesting thing. So she has a reported record on Wikipedia of 36-5-1. So she's had a ton of fights at the age of 21. She's already had, 42 fights. On Tapology, it only lists her fights in one championship. So it doesn't list all of these. But that is a crazy amount of experience at this point already. I mean, dude, she's she has to be a problem in the UFC. She will be a problem in at 125. There's no doubt in my mind. Minimum, she's gonna easily walk into the top 5. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. But I think with this type of background and what you're gonna see in a moment, I think we're looking at a future UFC champion, in my humble opinion, but we shall see. All right. So who is she? I plucked out about 4 minutes of this documentary. It's almost the full thing, but just cut out a little bit at the beginning and the end to kind of give you the real gist of it. But this tells her story beautifully, and it tells her story in her own words. You know, she's not as outgoing. She doesn't have that same type of person. I will definitely give the edge if we're comparing, right? Dakota Ditcheva to Smilla Sundell. A lot of people are making comparisons. Definitely Dakota's got the bubblier personality, the more, I'd say, like, personality where people are going to gravitate towards her, more of that star personality. But Smilla has her own charm. You know, she is a little bit reserved. She is a little bit subdued, but there's a genuine, super genuine nature to her character. And it's, I don't know. She just speaks her mind. She says it like it is. She's a little shy, but there's something endearing about that personality. So my point in saying all of this is that I think she can be a star too in her own right, in a different way, just by being herself, which I think she's doing already. So check this out. Here's this cool little mini documentary.
I was 12 years old when I started training. I started with Muay Thai in Samui when I moved there with my family. I trained for fun before. I didn't want to fight because I thought it was scary. I like basketball. Yeah, it wasn't for me, but my parents encouraged me to fight. They saw that I had potential, and after 3 fights, I started kind of liking it after I won fights.
I mean, and by the way, I did say that I don't think she has the same level to cause the same level of damage as Dakota Ditcheva with the knees, but you just saw a barrage of knees. I mean, like, that's just a look test. I could be wrong. Her knees could be just as equally devastating, especially with her height and all the leverage that she can gain with her knees. I just know that Dakota Ditcheva is known to have some of the most devastating knees across both men and women. So anyways.
Finished school at that time, so it was either go back to Sweden or continue fighting. I didn't want to study even more. I ran out of opponents down south because I fought everyone already. So I had to change plan. I was at that point that I fought everyone and fought the best already. I saw Stamp fighting at one, and I was like, oh, I want to try this too. I fought top fighters like Sao Sing, Phasi Thong, and Pon Pan, and Deandra, and all the fighters in one. Oh, I think most difficult was Jackie and Deandra because she didn't want to go down. I got 2 belts in some way, like stadium belt, and then I have 1 championship belt. Smilla
Sundell! I'm going to show highlights later of her fighting that girl that you saw on the right. I think it's not this fight. I think it's in the title defense. But you see that she also said, she mentions she's got belts in Samui. I believe she's talking about Koh Samui, which is an area, a little island in Thailand. I'm not positive. It could be also a secondary city, but these are championships or belts that she won while living and competing in Thailand before she got to 1 championship.
I want to keep defending my belt, and also I want to try for the kickboxing belt. And in a few years, I think I will go to MMA because I need a new challenge. My problem is that I don't get enough fights. People cancel, but I don't know why, to be honest. They say I'm too tall or something.
Like, I like that. Like, that's the part that I'm talking about, the endearing personality. She's not being like, yeah, they're canceled because they're running from me or they're afraid of me. She's like, I literally don't know. They probably don't want to fight her because she is terrifying, I think, with her strikes. And I think her height obviously gives her a reach advantage. She's probably on the taller side, 5'10" for 125. So obviously they don't want to fight her, in my opinion. But yeah, like, I don't know. I like that she's not overly arrogant or cocky or anything like that.
Yeah, I do feel like I missed out on that teenage life, but I know what I want. I want this, and I okay, I missed out on drinking and drugs, but I don't think that's for me anyway.
Also another good sign, right? She's 21. Well, I think she's younger in this video because this is prior to her title defense and prior to her saying that, she said in a couple of years I want to go into MMA. She's already trying to go into MMA. So this is a few years ago, but hopefully this is an indication that she will steer clear of all that stuff, that she will never get into drinking and will never get into drugs. Fingers crossed, because what does that mean? That means she's going to be extra dialed into her health, to her nutrition, to her recovery, to her training, and that will all massively bolster her ability to get into UFC ASAP and do major damage. Because I think a lot of people, a lot of fighters, they like to party, I mean, we all like to party, you know what I'm saying? But it has to take an effect. It has to take a toll. You listen to guys like Sean O'Malley now, he basically cut all that stuff out of his life completely and focuses on like going to bed at the same time, having really good sleep hygiene, etc. All that stuff matters. It adds up. It propels you forward. So my point in saying all of this is more positive signs that she's on the rise and that she's going to be a champ and a future huge star.
So I like what I'm doing. I like that people look up to me, and that makes me motivated to train harder. My family is a very big support to me. My family moved back home when COVID hit, so I've been here now long. I think just lonely sometimes and missing my family, and it's hard to go back home when they tell me I have to fight all the time and they cancel. Yeah, you can't make any plans. I talk to my parents every day on the phone, and that helps a lot. And also I got my dog that keeps me company, Stitch.
Hey.
I don't know what age I will stop. I think it's when my body tells me that I'm done. My advice would be to have fun. I think bringing a friend to training makes it more fun and you feel comfortable, and then the rest will come after that.
Did you see that kick? That's the kick that I'm talking about. You watch her, the way she rotates her hips and she turns over the kick. And what I mean by that, if you ever train Muay Thai, it's like sometimes people just sort of like lift their leg, especially if they're newer to the sport, and they don't turn it over almost where it's like it's now parallel to the ground, if that makes sense. You're, as opposed to being like at a 45-degree angle, your leg is like parallel to the ground, and boom, and that drives it. That gives you the best ability and the best force to drive that shin bone into your target. Okay, this is basically the end of it. So I'm now gonna show you the clip. I believe this is her actually fighting or defending this championship belt. I'm not positive. It could be I think it's the second fight where she's defending it, but we're just going to take a quick look at like this 2-minute clip of this fight. I muted the audio and we can just listen and see, or I'm going to talk over and showcase the technique that she has. So as I mentioned, like, look at the boxing. She really does a great job. And look at the rotation, too. See, there's a quick roundhouse, but it's a lot of teeps. It's a lot of teeps and distance management, pushing away. But she constantly is, and look, beautiful low kick right there. She always throws, it looks like a 2 or 3 punch combo. Lots of punches and bunches. Her opponent is good, too. Of course, Smilla has that height advantage. Look, and she's got a chin. She's taken some heavy shots, some shots that knocked her head back. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. That was a rough elbow. Boom, right across the chin. But like I said, great chin. But look at her body shots. Look at her dig. Look at that. Look at her dig the body shots into the liver. Nice little teep kick. Nice little 3-punch combo. Boom, body shot again. Try and go for the head, but if you can't, rip that body. Oh, and again, boom, hook to the body. Oof, caught her there. Did you see that with that left hook, that lead hook? Because she's an orthodox fighter. That was a lead left hook. Boom, and she caught her bad. Look at this. Boom, woo, almost shut the lights out. Okay, so then they're going to come back, and she starts off super aggressive, trying to throw that high teep. A lot of work with the hands here, see? It's interesting. Like, she must be very comfortable with her hands. It's like she's got such a reach advantage with those legs, but she just must. I mean, she got a reach advantage with the hands too. Boom, digging that shot, digging that right shot. Boom. Again, left hook. Laying on the barrage. She smells blood. Aggressive fighter. Boom, boom. Her opponent, Rodriguez, it looks like she's almost out on her feet. I mean, she is like a zombie right now, trying to come forward. Oh, my God. Almost clipped her with that elbow. Ooh. Ooh, just boom. The spear elbow. Nice little knees. Ooh, another beautiful three-punch. Oh, another spear elbow. Yeah, Rodriguez is so done. Oh my God. It's too much. The body shots. Oh, my God. And one for the road. She tagged her one last time. I mean, come on. This is the highest level, dude. Highest level of Muay Thai. One championship Muay Thai. And she's doing this type of damage. And I don't know how old she was there. We're going to take a look at her record now. So that was, I believe, this fight, round 3. So what year was this? 2023. So at the time she was 19. She was only 19 or 18, actually. She was about to turn 19 that year, right before her 19th birthday. And then I haven't seen this fight where she got a round 2 finish, but I mean, she got a couple decisions, but it's a lot of finishes. And again, this is at the highest level of Muay Thai. It looks like she did this one kickboxing fight, but here is the Tuff-N-Uff fight. So this was supposed to be on December 12th. Unfortunately, I guess Zarina Toure, whatever. I don't know why it got canceled. Maybe Smilla pulled out. I don't know, but I don't know. I just have to assume it was probably her opponent because of how terrifying she looks. But she's right there. She's about to do it. She's about to fight in Tuff-N-Uff. Now, how many fights is she going to need to win before the UFC the UFC probably already knows about her, before the UFC will give her a contract or give her an opportunity? I don't know, because she's already been a one champion in Muay Thai. Usually Justin always says you need a 5-fight win streak, 5-0, something like that, before the UFC will look at you. I guarantee you they'll be willing to make an exception here. Maybe 3 solid fights. We could have her in the UFC at the age of 22. Like that's sick. And with her pedigree in Muay Thai and her striking ability, if she can during the next like 2 years just really grind and work on fundamentals in terms of grappling, takedown defense, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Last thing I'll say, I'll just reiterate one more time. If you're doubting, if you're like, nah, man, she's a pure striker, she's going to get smoked by wrestlers, look at what Dakota Ditcheva is doing. Plain and simple, Dakota Ditcheva is dominating MMA, and she comes from a same background, Muay Thai background. So I think that it's proven, man, Muay Thai is no joke. Best striking art for sure. And I think there's a lot of things in Muay Thai that prepare you for the full gambit of everything that comes in mixed martial arts. So there you go. We got a rising star in MMA on the precipice of, I think, taking over 125 in women's MMA. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.